Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dominique Davis, also known as Brown and Bindi. And here on this channel, we practice flexibility of the mind, the body, and the spirit. Today, we are going to talk about how avoiding healing leads to a consistent merry-go-round of people pleasing, and how it also leads to never getting what you want to manifest. Or if you do, it's like the struggle version and it doesn't feel good and it barely feels like you're holding it. So we're going to talk about that today. The avoidance of healing creates a life of people pleasing. Guys, I'm going to tell you about the reality of life. Now, you know that reality is what you believe. So my reality is not the same as your reality if we don't believe the same thing, but this is my video, so this is the reality. Reality is we are all different expressions of source. We are all different expression of God. And you making it here onto the planet, you being here, is an act of love. You having breath in your lungs is an act of love. The reality is that we are loved unconditionally. Even though I said unconditionally like that, I'm still loved. We are loved no matter what. On our good days, we are loved, and on our bad days, we are still loved. And that might not be your reality right now, but if you're hearing these words, you might find that it feels like truth, and it can become your reality. You're loved no matter what. So what happens is there's reality, and then there's illusion. And with illusion, that's when we believe something that goes against what's actually reality. And the illusion that a lot of people hold is that they have to do something in order to be worthy of love. But the reality is we already possess that love that we're looking for. It's hurtful life experiences that create these illusions. So if you've ever gone through anyone hurting you really badly, or just being disappointed by a life circumstance, it planted a seed in your mind that told you that you have to work harder in order to be loved. So this turns into the pursuit of empty desires. We begin to pursue things because we subconsciously believe that if we gain this thing, we will receive love, or we will be more worthy of receiving love. But again, in reality, that's a love that we already possess. We don't have to get it. That's why everybody on YouTube that talks about law of attraction, you know, we always say, you always hear us saying, it's in you already. Everything you want is already inside, right? So that's what that is talking about. A lot of times we desire things because we think they're gonna make us more worthy of love and more desirable to others, and we think that that'll make life easier and more enjoyable, but in reality we're not allowing ourselves to tap into that love that already exists within us. When you manifest for yourself, which means pursuing a desire because it makes you happy and fulfills you and brings you joy, that is easy, that is effortless. But the other side of that is pursuing a desire, again, because you think that it'll make you more worthy of love. And it's not always so black and white as I'm making it. You really have to sit down and ask yourself, why do I want what I want? If you are dedicated to a life of manifesting for yourself and for your ability to align with your highest self and your highest purpose, then you are committing to a life of self-study. We are all an unconscious result of our past experiences. All of our past experiences have allowed us to take what we wanted from them information-wise, and then that information has affected our personalities. But that all changes when the day, the moment, the second you decide that you want to be aware, that all changes. But before that, before you decide that you want to be aware of who you are and why you do the things you do and why you behave the way you behave, before that, you are an unconscious manifestation of everything you've experienced thus far. So when you learn to study yourself without taking it personally, that's when you can really start to expand and grow into the person that you want to be versus the person that your circumstances turned you into. The reason that I wanted to explain that we are all a result of our past situations is because I want you to know that you don't have to take it personally. When you sit and when you look at yourself and who you are and your personality, you know, that's staring yourself in the face. That's looking in the mirror. That's what that means. And so many of us are so afraid to do that because we're ashamed. We're ashamed of things we've done. We're ashamed of things we've said. We're ashamed of how we've handled money. We're ashamed of how we ghosted people. We're ashamed of all these things. But I saw a meme the other day and it was like, little miss, not mad at myself for what I did in survival mode. And I reshared it because it was just wonderful. But yeah, exactly. Like when you choose to be aware, you don't have to be mad at yourself for what you did when you weren't aware. The only thing you have to do is become married to this newfound ability that you have of being present. It's not going to, you're not going to be present every moment when you first start. You're not going to be aware every second when you first start. But when you keep coming back to it, your consciousness expands. So that's really all you have to focus on, is the expansion of that consciousness. When you truly accept that the purpose of life is self-study and evolution, that will stop you from feeling like you have to race to the finish line. A lot of people have difficulty manifesting and difficulty pulling their desires into their reality because they feel like they're running out of time, or they feel like they've already run out of time. And when you realize that the only point to time is so that you have time to better understand yourself, who you are, and how you need to grow, that obsession over time starts to dissolve. Because if you could get what you want faster, if you could say, hey, I can have it at any time, I want it right now, sure, you get it right now, but who are you in that moment? Are you ready? If you get it right now, are you ready? So maybe the time is here so that we can evolve. And maybe the point of life is evolution. There's such a huge difference between pursuing a desire versus becoming who you're ultimately meant to be. When you are choosing to co-create, practice manifestation in order to gain a desire so that you may be more worthy of love, the desire will never feel like enough. And if you've manifested something that you've always wanted and it didn't feel like enough, that's why. And the reason for this is because nothing outside of yourself can give you the ability to tap into that love that's within you. Only you can give yourself permission to do that. So when you take that importance off of everything you want to manifest, you might find that you don't want a lot of those things anymore. Nothing you manifest is gonna make you happy. Nothing. You should want something because you want it, not because you want it so that it will make you happy. Whatever event you want to experience, whatever physical thing you want to pull into your reality, you should know about the thing. You should know about the event. And what you know about the thing and the event, you like what you know. You shouldn't just want something random because it sounds good. If you want something because it sounds good, you are subconsciously trying to attract it so that you can be more worthy of love. Because you don't want it because you actually know about it. That being said, when you are co-creating with Source so that you can attract events and physical things and whatever in order to become more of yourself, it will always feel like expansion. It feels like turning the page in your story. It doesn't feel forced. It doesn't feel like it's slipping through your fingers. It doesn't feel like you have to change anything about yourself in order to be worthy of it. Like I said, it feels like the next page in your storybook. And that's the beautiful thing about co-creating with God, when you already know that the source of love is within you. You take away all the importance that you place on all these things that are outside of yourself, and you're living truth. You're living truth. And the truth is, Source is all, and Source is in you and me. We already have everything we need. If you're having trouble manifesting, check in with yourself and make sure that you want what you want for yourself, not for anybody else, not for anyone else's approval, not to impress anyone else, not to make yourself look more desirable to anyone else, not to prove anything to anyone who's done you wrong. Make sure that you want what you want for yourself. And If you do, then, you know, just practicing spiritual hygiene, making sure that you're staying aware of your internal state, aware of when your vibration dips, what makes your vibration dip. And by doing all of that work, it comes at warp speed. And also making sure that we're staying aware of when we go back and forth between wanting something for ourselves and then seeing how another person feels about it and giving that person a little too much power, because it's already in you. Listen to yourself. Listen to your heart. That's all you need. That's all you need. Oh, I hope you enjoyed this video because I enjoyed making it. We're in a new space. It's going to change. It's going to change a lot, I'm sure. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this room design-wise yet, so please bear with me and the lighting. You know, be patient with me, be kind. I love you guys. All right, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up so other people on YouTube know that it is valuable. If you would like me to expand on anything that I talked about today, let me know down in the comment box and I'll be happy to do that. Last but not least, please make sure that you are subscribed and that you click that notification bell so that you can be notified when I come out with a new video and so that you can become a part of the Bendy Bunch. I love you so much and I'll see you next time. Bye.